Yes, Moose 912. I want to show you a few ways we can play Street Fighter 5 solo without having to play online. You just want to have some fun, bro. So let's cut into the game. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so we're at the game menu. If you go to versus, we go to team battle, player versus computer. Now here, bro, you can set this up however you want to, man. You can just set whatever you want to. Computer, you could. I like to set it to hard. Set it to 8. Like if you. Computer's easy. But I mean, if you're just kicking back and having fun, just set it to 8 still. But for the sake of the video, I'm gonna do 1. Proceed to match. Let's pick a random match. Let's say Shadow Base. And don't forget, if you're new to Street Fighter 5 and you got the Champion Edition, you can always pick the different stage. So let's do Night. Some stages you can do this, not all stages. Alrighty, so here's where it gets kind of fun. So if you're at the team battle right here and you're playing against the computer, pick a theme. Let's make an example right here. So let's get Sakura. Let's get Sakura Roll. And this is from the Mega Man series. So that's Sakura. Who's another one? Ryu. Let's get Ryu, Mega Man. Ryu. And then let's get Balrog and his Guts Man. Balrog. Right? So that's all Mega Man series. So this is Team Mega Man, right? And then let's Ken. And we're gonna go against Team. You kind of see where I'm going at with this, right? So we get Dante, Ken. Who's another one from? Oh yeah, Urian, Wesco. Excuse me, Wesker. And then Ed, Dimitri. And then you just pick this. Boom. And then dude, if you like playing by yourself and you just set this up to whatever kind of setup you want, it actually gets pretty fun if you use your imagination. So look at this. First member. Because when you think about it, when you play the computer on arcade mode, they always pick the same boring costumes. So it's just freshen things up a little bit, right? Let's just knock the computer out so you can see what I'm talking about. And then here it is. So now you kind of just feel like you're playing team Devil May Cry against oh wait, Wesker is not a part of the Devil May Cry series, is he? He's a part of the Resident Evil series. But you guys get the point, right? All right, so let's cut to the next one. So here's another way you can have fun with Street Fighter 5. If you're playing solo and you're not playing online, go to challenge. We go down to survival. When Street Fighter 5 first came out, it used to suck hard. It was so bad. It was easy, normal, hard, and then hell. But then shortly after, they changed it to extreme. So let's do hard, right? Let's pick let's get Cammy. Now in this setting right here, you pick your costume, you pick what you want, and then color, V skill. Now the order, I like to do random. If you get fixed, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, comment below, but from my understanding, fixed is the default Street Fighter 5 roster. So you won't play anybody from maybe season 2 and on out. Okay, so keep that in mind. And then so you guys know how survival work, right? You keep your health up alive. I'm just doing combos. I'm playing. Okay, so check this out. So after you get done with the match, you build up points based on how good you do, and you can use it to I lost a little bit of health here, so it's kind of randomized on what you can get. So that's kind of cool. I can double down and get more points, or I can raise up my defense or raise up my attack. I would say anything that says health is high value. You always want to go for health, but if you want a high score, then don't spend points. Here's where it gets kind of tricky. So you see where it says X at the bottom right, and it says save. It says open save menu. You press X, then you get your extra benefits that you get from fight money. And this is where it gets kind of juicy. So like if you're really serious and you're like pretty far ahead, you're like 20 wins in, and you like down to like your last bit, you get one of these, like a gum, to like it restores your health by 20%. Or like this one right here, the warrior spirit, increases the field amount of V gauge by 100%. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, or the knife, right? Raises power by 45%. Stun damages is also increased. You can really have fun with this. It becomes something else when you start to like really put your mind to what resources you have. Here's one way. Here's another way you can have fun in Street Fighter 5. If you go to arcade, because I played Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter Alpha. I played that one a lot. This is like one of my favorite ones to play because I like playing against Gil. Street Fighter 1, the bosses, it depends on what character you have. If you're like a good character or a bad character. Street Fighter 2, the boss is usually always going to be Bison. I think it has a secret character too. Alpha is always Gale, and Gale is like really fun to fight. Third Strike, I forget who's the boss in this one. Street Fighter 4 is Seth, of course. And then Street Fighter 5 has a mystery character, and then the boss is... I think Street Fighter 5, the boss is also Bison. I don't play that one too much. But my point is, when you play the arcade mode, you see where it says best score. My best score is 146,810, right? So that's my best score for Alpha, and it resets. Like, I think it resets every week because the last time I played was like a week ago, but it always resets. It resets back to 0. So you can always like track your score and like try to get a better score and get a better score, a better rating, and that could be fun in itself, of course. Now, if the scores and the high scores doesn't do it for you, maybe that's a little bit too old school, then check this out. If you go down to your main menu and you go down here to gallery, you might have noticed this, but this is for my folks that hasn't played Street Fighter 5 before. If you go to, I believe it's arcade mode endings, you notice here it's like 3 out of 22, and like I used to have Street Fighter 5 on my PS4, so I had this all filled out, but I have it on my PC now. You'll notice that like this is the arcades right here. So like say Street Fighter 1, I played that one a little bit, right? And if you do some challenges here, like it says clear with Balrog or clear with Zeku, you know, and even some more like extra stuff here. Like this one right here is a good example. It says clear Street Fighter 1 path with Ken while satisfying all the following conditions. I gotta beat it on hard with no continues. And if I do that, I get this sweet wallpaper. And then also I can hide the wallpaper. I mean, I can hide like the UI. This is pretty sweet. Like I can use this as a wallpaper, as a background, because it's kind of like unique art. You have to really search hard online to try to find it, or just unlock it in game and show how much of a boss you are. So that's 3 ways to like, you know, have fun with Street Fighter 5 online. There is another way that I like to have fun with Street Fighter 5, and this one is a little bit more added to it, and I know this takes really a lot of imagination here, but let's talk about it a little bit. My first Street Fighter game that I played was Street Fighter 4. Just straight up Street Fighter 4. I haven't played anything before that. I haven't played Third Strike. I haven't played Alpha. I haven't even played Street Fighter 2 before. I've seen it, but I never played it. So Street Fighter 4 was my first game that I played that was Street Fighter related. When I played the game, I was so hyped. I watched the tournaments. I watched Evo. I was a big Daigo fan. I was a big Justin Wong fan. I was into it. I was so into the tournament scene, but I was a teenager at that time. It was no way possible that I can travel and be in tournaments. So what I did was use my imagination and I made my own brackets at home. So here, let's do this. We go to versus. So we go to versus and we go to player versus CPU. And then we set like, you know, best of 3. You can download a bracket app from the App Store or, you know, the Google Play Store, and it's like Bracket Maker bracket creator, bracket manager, any one of those bracket apps, and you kind of see where I'm going from here. Is you make your own bracket at home. What's really fun is that you can kind of stick to a theme. Like you pick your character, like you enter yourself, like Moose. I'm gonna enter myself Moose. I'm gonna play with Falk. But then say you enter other characters from the Street Fighter. Like you say, let's get Gao, but you're getting Gao based on his costume, Halloween costume number 5. So whenever Gao plays, he has to be Halloween costume number 5, right? And if he wins and he wins the championship, then that Halloween costume number 5 Gao won. Right? And it's just I don't know. I know it's kind of corny and it might be kind of lame to some people, but dude, I had a lot of fun when I was a teenager playing it that way. It really made me gave me just a little piece of like tournament feel of like, okay, this is what it's like. I even made a winner's bracket and a loser's bracket. You know, like it was one time I lost because I put the computer on hard and I was playing extra hard, even though I was just playing computer in like this regular mode. I was playing extra hard because I felt like I gotta get my way out of loser's bracket in this imaginary tournament that I made up. You know what they say, when you're a kid, your imagination is so strong. But hey, that's something I can still do now. And this is a bonus. If you stay this long into the video, I appreciate you, I like you, and you're a good person. So if you go to story mode, yeah, I know you probably already know about story mode. Actually, I don't have the general story. Damn. I have to download the general story. So the point is, if you have the general story, which most of you guys, everybody should already have it. I don't know why the hell I don't have it. But the general story, if you pay attention to before you start it, you can change the character's costume and their colors. I like to change the costumes to like the most zany, wacky costumes, because there's a lot of costumes in Street Fighter 5. Change it to something fun, wacky, zany, and dude, just like take a beer, hang out with your friends and just look at it, like how funny it is, like with everybody taking each other seriously, just big, bulky Street Fighter characters looking at each other seriously with like funny ass costumes on. It's real fun. It's very fun. Zombie Guile with bikini Laura, and they're like just having a conversation like, dude, what? So yeah, that's the video. Thanks for watching, man. I just wanted to like show or share my opinions of like, hey man, Street Fighter 5 is still fun if you're playing solo. I know when you install Street Fighter 5 and you play Championship Edition, you feel like, yeah, there's a story, there's arcade, but I probably should play online. You don't have to. You can still play by yourself. You can still, I know it sounds bad, you can play by yourself, but you can still play solo and have a good time. There is fun to be had here.